We didn't know if we were going to be able to see you this week after your original opponent, Yoel, fell out. So I guess, how far back did you hear about the opponent change, and was it important for you to stay on this card in Montreal?
Yeah, the most important thing for me was to I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready for a fight, and I really wanted to fight here in Quebec. I love the fact that it's the home soils of so many champions like GSP. There is Manon Fiorot who can become the first undisputed French champion, and I had to pass away the deception of having this last minute change of opponent, because it was gonna be a very violent fight. The two guys with a 100% finish rate in the division, number 13 against 15. I was really happy about this fight, but the fight game is like this, and it was between my flight between Biarritz and Paris. I learned it, so I had the flight to digest the news, and thanks to God, the UFC is a huge war machine, and they are able to find me an opponent for Saturday night.
Did it matter who you fought? Because I'm sure you've seen Gamrot say you turned down the fight against him on last minute. Did the UFC offer any other opponents besides Kyle?
I think everybody knows me now. I think if he could have done it in Montreal, you all know it was gonna happen. But what I wanted to do is fight in Montreal. So waiting 3 weeks or 1 month to have another opponent is an option we could have had, I think. But I didn't even discussed it with my manager, because I told him I'm ready. I'm fighting. And, if the UFC wants to fight me to fight Gamrot in 2 weeks, I will do my job on Saturday night, and I will be there in 2 weeks. No, don't worry about it. But no, I'm concentrating on my opponent and on fighting this Saturday. I came here for that. I came here in Montreal to have a fight. So if you cannot fight on Saturday night, you are not welcome. But I can come on your card. No, don't worry.
And your current opponent, Kyle, have you had any opportunity to watch any of his previous fights? I know he was in the UFC earlier. He was 0-2, and now he's back. So what do you make of his skill set, or have you not had the time to watch his fights?
Yeah. We have watched his fight because that's something I didn't do before having a new head coach. Now I have a head coach. I'm only concentrate on fighting, and I'm don't do the general work no more. So we watch the fight and we study our opponent. It's a huge lesson we have learned, and he's a tough guy. He hasn't been finished since 2013 against Kevin Lee. So he's a tough opponent because um, he only loses by decision since this period, and he's a really experienced guy. Yes, he didn't go his way during the fights in the UFC, but it was a good opposition. And I watched the fight; it's close. He has a lot of weapons, and it's a tough opponent. And you know, in this division, um, there is a lot of well-rounded and experienced fighter. You cannot underestimate anybody. He never made this mistake, and I'm gonna have a war with Kyle on Saturday night, and I'm getting ready for him. I'm only focused on Kyle Prepolec right now. He's my only focus.
Just last one for me, because you've brought it up. You have the 100% finish rate. Joel had a 100% finish rate. Kyle hasn't been finished in a long time. I feel like fans have this high expectation of your fights to always be violent. Like they just want blood and war when you fight. How do you find the balance in giving these fans these exciting fights, but also making sure that you can come out on top and not overly damaged?
Uh, tough question. If you like tough fights and you like violence, it's what's gonna happen, and you don't get any scrambled eggs without doing your homework. So it's part of the job and the journey um, as a as my type of fighter and as what I want to produce inside the cage.
Hey Benoit, I have two questions for you. First one in French for the French audience. Ton adversaire est dans une position que tu connais, c'est la position à laquelle tu étais quand tu es rentré à l'UFC. Tu es ultra favori sur le papier, mais est-ce que le fait que tu t'es retrouvé dans sa situation, ça te donne entre guillemets un avantage pour ne pas le sous-estimer et prendre ce genre de combattant très très au sérieux malgré ce que peut indiquer les odds et les analystes?
Non, je le prends très au sérieux, hein. C'est un combattant qui est en France, qui ferait partie des mieux classés chez les lightweight mondialement. C'est quelqu'un qui est solide, qui a une vraie expérience. Nicolas le compare un peu au Michael Lebou canadien. Et c'est un peu le cas. C'est un mec qui tape tous les prospects canadiens qui sont aux portes de l'UFC et qui se positionne toujours comme potentiel revenant pour cette organisation. Là, il a cette opportunité. On est tous arrivés à l'UFC comme ça, quasiment, avec une opportunité qui nous a été donnée, en étant prêts et préparés. Il devait faire le main event de l'orga, une grosse orga locale. Ça rappelle des choses qui sont déjà arrivées en France, donc à ne pas sous-estimer.
I switch in English. There is a lot of noise around you the last years. Simple question, how do you feel technically and personally today with all the changement you've done?
I feel a lot better because after the Dustin Poirier fight, it was hard for me to take lessons because it was in special conditions. But with the Moicano fight, I had no excuse, and I had to made a lot of changes, and I recognized a lot of weakness and a lot of stuff I can work on, and I'm happy I'm working on that direction, and I'm really happy to be back to my soldier job and to only concentrate on training and getting better, and having a general having my back on doing the questioning on mental part for me.
And last one for me, do you have something special in mind, or with the changement of opponents, it's a question of imposing your style in the cage, or with your new coach Nicolas Hoch, you plan something, without saying it, do you plan something special, or do you just want to go there and impose the BSD style?
That's a hard question, but I think every fighter wants always to use his style to get the win. So I would say it's a mix of all of that, and the most important is to be proud of what you produce inside the cage and to get your hand raised.
Thank you very much and good luck.
Benoit, right here. Right here. Benoit, obviously your last two fights haven't gone your way. Difficult loss against Dustin Poirier first. The fight that you were doing very well in the early stages, and it didn't go your way. And then again, last time out against Renato Moicano, a doctor stoppage, a disappointing way for that fight to end in France, in your home country. Fights like this, wanting to be on this Montreal card, was this part of the reason why you wanted to pick yourself up, get on this card, and kind of get back into the win column again?
Yeah, I wanted. I had a lot of change to make after the Moicano fight. I made them. I have a head coach for the MMA part, stuff I didn't had for a long time, and it make a lot of good to me because I concentrate on the training part and getting a better fighter. And yes, Joel Alvarez fight was a huge fight to make a statement and to come back. And we trained hard for this. We came here in Montreal for a fight.
Obviously, the Joel Alvarez fight was a fight that a lot of fans were excited about. I'm sure you were excited about that fight as well. Is that something that you would like to revisit now, or you believe with a win you're going to push on up into the top 10 and challenge an opponent up there?
I don't like to make plans before anything is done, and you have to respect this game. And I have a tough opponent ahead of me on Saturday night, and I expect to do my job on Saturday night. And if it's the case, don't worry, I will let the news.
Thank you.
Benoit right here. How did you wind up being your own coach for so long? And, what made Nicholas the right choice to be the general for you?
I have seen the job he has been doing from the outside. I have seen the job he has been doing with Nassourdine for since his Strickland fight. He's his head coach, and the way he trains him, the way he is able to get the best out of him, and to get him the best way of getting his job done inside the cage. And I had also the privilege to see him work with Nassourdine during the Paris card all week long, and I felt like okay, there is really something there, and yeah, it was then a fast decision to take after this loss. A lot of questions for me, and yeah, after the deception was gone, I went this way because it was important for me, and yeah, because I felt like in the Moicano fight, it was the first time in my life where in the first round I didn't know. It's not I was prepared, but I didn't know which direction to take to win the fight. But in the second round, I knew. But the problem is with somebody this experience, this level, you cannot come into a fight and have one round of discovery. You have to know him from the first seconds of the fight to the last. And this is a mistake I will never do again.
Was there ever a point before that where you thought, hey, maybe I should get a head coach? Or were things just going so well that you decided to keep going with just doing it yourself?
Yeah, the problematic is if you look at my career, even on the Paris card, I'm from all the male fighter, I'm the one starting my MMA career in the latest time. I started MMA late in 2018, and I started my pro career in 2019. If you look on Tapology, nobody in the top 15 is unknown on Tapology before. Even Tsarukian, who is a lot younger than me, started in 2015 or 16. They are all doing this sport since a long time. I discovered a pair of mitts in 2018, so everything went very fast for me. But I'm blessed for this, and I think it's been the discipline and the will to get a better fighter, skill set base that has been bringing me here, and the intensity, the fire that I bring into my fights. But the hardest part is not the first 1,000 steps, it's the 10 last steps in the UFC. The 10 last steps, it's all guys that I have long life experience. All the last guys I have been fighting were already in the MMA professional world when I was still in high school. So it's experience has also a value. I do believe it, and I feel like it's hard for me to learn those lessons this way because it's on your own soul, in front of a lot of people that are counting on you. You feel the weight, you discover the weight of the media, of a lot of stuff, but it's something you have to learn if you want to compete at this level, and it's something you have to deal with.
Thank you.
Bonjour Benoît, pouvez-vous me dire quel impact ça a sur votre préparation là, de vous battre ici en territoire ami au Québec?
Comme je dis, en fait, c'est vraiment une carte qui est particulière pour moi. J'ai en plus de Rafael Dos Anjos, qui est un combattant que j'admire, GSP, il en fait partie. J'aime beaucoup ce qu'a apporté le Québec à la francophonie française d'un point de vue du MMA. C'est vous qui avez performé au plus haut niveau bien avant les Français. Et aujourd'hui, on a aussi des athlètes qui sont très hauts. Et on pourrait avoir d'ailleurs notre première championne. Et voilà, historiquement, ça pèse lourd dans la balance. Parce que moi, je me suis, comme je dis, je me suis mis très tard au MMA, mais je m'y suis intéressé beaucoup, très vite. Et voilà, ça fait partie de l'histoire. c'est comme combattre Madison Square Garden. Pour moi, le Center Bell, c'est là où il y a JSP qui a défendu sa ceinture un paquet de fois. Donc c'est un honneur. Et pour moi, c'était hors de question de venir ici, d'avoir fait une préparation complète. Et parce que mon adversaire se blesse, de ne pas combattre.
Est-ce que c'est le meilleur des deux mondes pour vous, à savoir que vous allez être en territoire ami, vous allez être probablement accueilli en triomphe, mais d'un autre côté, vous n'êtes pas la pression d'évoluer à la maison en France?
Bah, j'affronte un Canadien, donc je sais que le public canadien va être pour lui, mais bien évidemment, je sais que on est un peu cousins avec le Canada, hein, donc je pense que ça va être assez sport. Et je pense que c'est un adversaire qui est très expérimenté, qui est dans cet état d'esprit-là aussi. Je m'attends à un combat dur. Peu importe ce qu'en disent les gens, je m'attends à un mec préparé. Comme je dis, c'est pas un hasard que le mec se fasse pas finir par des mecs comme Nordin Taleb ou Austin O'Bard. C'est que c'est un mec qui est solide. J'ai vu les combats. Il a même gagné des rounds contre des mecs très solides. Donc je m'attends à un combat dur et je suis prêt pour ça. Et ça va être le spectacle à Montréal.
Merci beaucoup.
Benoît, là, quand tu dis que tu es revenu en mode mentalité de chasseur, prédateur, etc., est-ce que ça passe par genre de la visualisation où tu imagines ce que tu vas faire à l'adversaire ou comment le combat va se passer et comment est-ce que tu fais pour te mettre dans ce mode-là et qu'est-ce que ça veut dire du coup?
Alors ça en fait partie, mais après c'est surtout le rôle de ton coach de te pousser à sortir cette version-là à l'entraînement régulièrement. Tu as pu un peu y assister. Donc et ça c'est la force d'avoir voilà un général, c'est que il va même si c'est mon naturel, il va aider à sortir le naturel le plus tôt possible, tout de suite à être dedans, concentré, focus et à aller chercher les solutions les plus simples et les plus fracassantes rapidement.
Et là, si tu pouvais choisir la manière dont tu finis ton gars samedi, ce serait comment?
Comme je dis, j'aime pas donner des prédictions parce que je respecte trop ce sport qui est un sport qui déchaîne toutes les passions justement parce qu'il y a toujours une incertitude.
Merci.
Merci à tous. Thank you all.